Oh boy, time now for another episode of Mr. Nailsin Sunday Comics. And continuing with Phantom Lady, well, we take a little detour into the past for the Intruders. Oh, well, I guess that's the invaders, but anyway. Among America's priceless heritage is that of freedom of the press. Well, not anymore. Anyway, this is the true story of John Peter Zinger. Because, a little known and unsung hero whose fearless honesty and determination gave this country a gift to democracy. Is this supposed to be Phantom Lady telling us the story? I don't know. Anyway, oh no, the Blue Coats. Wait a minute. Anyway, so 13-year-old John Peter Zinger came to America in 1710, an immigrant from Germany, Deutschland.
With your father dead, John, it's up to you to be the man of the family. That means getting work.
It won't be easy, Mother. I'm a German boy in a colony of the King of England, but I always wanted to be a printer. I'll try to get a job with one and learn the business.
So he got a job as an apprentice. It was just that easy. A printer with William Bradford, publisher of New York's only newspaper, the Weekly Gazette.
John, you've been with us many years.
Geez, we really are jumping ahead.
So I'll give you a chance to be a reporter. I want you to cover the arrival of Governor Cosby. The new governor of New York.
Yes, sir. I understand there's to be a big parade.
Since New York was still an English colony, the King of England appointed its governors. In 1732, William S. Cosby, Bill Cosby, arrived from England to take over.
Well, so that's our new governor. He doesn't impress me half so much as does our present governor, Rip Van Dam. But I suppose it's the king's right to choose his own governors for the colonies.
Yeah, I don't know, I guess. Zinger's estimate of Governor Cosby was more accurate than he knew. After the parade, there was a dramatic scene in outgoing Governor Van Dam's office.
I was appointed to this post over a year ago. All the salary you have been collecting in that time is really mine.
Oh, wait. Is this Cosby? Oh, okay.
I was appointed to this post over a year ago. All the salary you've been collecting in that time is really mine.
'Tis not my fault that you took so long getting to New York. I earned that salary and mean to keep it.
The old fool, does he think I'm to be pushed around? Have the court convened and I'll sue him for every cent he owes me. Appoint Judge Morris,
Phillips,
and Delancey to the court.
A natural trio, they are among New York's finest judges. But Cosby was in for a surprise. The court, presided over by Judge Lewis Morris, ruled in favor of ex-Governor Van Dam.
This court orders that the Governor Van Dam be empowered to keep his fees and salary paid to him during his tenure as acting governor of the colony.
Drew up an order removing Morris from office and replace him with Delancey.
Morris was no quitter. Removed from the bench, he promptly ran for the assembly. John Peter Zinger was assigned to report on the elections. Those men are sailors from all over the world. Just because they are in port here, Cosby is trying to let them vote his way.
He's a mean one, that Cosby. He'll stop at nothing.
The people were against Cosby, and Lewis Morris was elected to the assembly. Zinger, however, ran into trouble. But Mr. Bradford, every word of it is... But Mr. Bradford, sorry about that. I'm a little flustered by all of this. Yes, do continue. Yes, but Mr. Bradford, every word of it is true. I can prove it.
Foreigners trying to vote, sheriffs intimidating voters. It may be true, but the law says you can't criticize the governor.
Hey, that sounds familiar.
Anyway, that's all very well for you to talk. You won't have to go to jail for libel. You're too dangerous to have around, Zinger. You're fired. Get out.
If the governor's going to be dishonest, we ought to tell the people about it. Geez, he's really aged. Man. Okay. Zinger didn't realize it at first, but getting fired was sheer luck.
Mr. Zinger, my name is Lewis Morris. As you know, I'm out to get Governor Cosby's scalp. I need a newspaper that will fight him. Will you print such a newspaper for me?
I'd be delighted. It's time the people got a chance to read the truth. That night. Good news, Anna. Judge Lewis will back me in a new newspaper. We're going to let the people know what a tyrant Governor Cosby is.
Careful, John. Governor Cosby is a harsh foe.
Zinger didn't write any articles for his weekly journal. He merely printed,
"Here's the articles for your next issue, John. Every word the truth. I'd like to see Cosby's face when he reads it."
Maybe the people will petition the king for his recall.
Here, copies, sir. Everyone in town is reading them. Humph. Scandalous. Order the sheriff to confiscate all copies of meals. Burn them in the city square.
The governor's orders were followed, but the fight for good government went on. The people won't stand for this.
Neither will I. I will print again next week.
Okay, it's taking it easy.
More papers, Zinger didn't mind last week's file. The immigrant printers got too much nerve. I'll have him jailed for attacking the king's government.
Thus, on November 17th, 1734,
it is ordered that the sheriff for the city of New York do forthwith apprehend John Zinger for printing seditious libels tending to raise tumults among the people, inflaming their minds with contempt of his majesty's government, and greatly disturbing the peace.
John Zinger, by order of the King's Council, you're under arrest. Cosby's orders, you mean? Don't worry, Anna. No jury would convict me for printing the truth. Well. So anyway, your friends are out in force, Zinger, but they can't stop us from taking you to jail. They don't take violence into their own hands. If I get a fair trial, the judge and jury will set me free. Governor Cosby is more powerful than I thought. I mean, he's the governor after all. I probably should have thought of that. But anyway, he's fixed it so my two lawyers are forbidden to practice law in New York. Jeez, that's a clever one. Any other lawyer knows to defend me means being disbarred. I may have to plead my own case. But what chance would I have with Judge Delancey, who is just a Cosby pawn? If only you could have seen this coming. Enter print the news of my arrest and how I'm deprived of lawyers. The truth is our only weapon. Don't fail to get out the weekly journal.
I will, John. Don't fear. I will.
Anna didn't fail her husband. It's a shame some of the finest men in the colonies write articles in his defense, but no lawyer dares to step into a courtroom to defend him.
We're going to ask Andrew Hamilton to defend John, Anna.
Why, he's the greatest lawyer in the colonies, but he's old and ailing, and the long trip from Philadelphia. Will he do it?
Okay, we've come to plead your aid in defending John Peter Zinger. We know you are ill, but there is no one else powerful enough to defy Governor Cosby. You said his name's Peter Zinger? Anyway, gentlemen, I will raise my voice to defend the patriot Zinger. There is but one condition I ask. If Cosby hears of this in advance, he'll take steps to prevent my coming to New York. You must tell no one. I'm to be Zinger's lawyer. I'll take Judge Delancey by surprise before he invents an excuse to prevent me from entering the courtroom.
Well, that's easy enough. Yeah, it's surprised no one else thought of that. But, I guess that's why he's, the big brain. Anyway, unable to secure counsel, Zinger languished 9 months in prison. But one day,
Yes, John, I said...
What? Okay.
Yes, John, I said Andrew Hamilton.
I knew freedom would find a voice. I'm only a poor printer, but perhaps I'll win this case yet, Anna. In August of 1735, John Peter Zinger was finally brought to trial in New York.
I, Judge Delancey, by authority of the powers vested in me by the King's Council and the Governor of New York, do declare this court in session. John Peter Zinger, you are accused of libel and disturbance of the peace. Have you a lawyer to plead your case?
I have, Your Honor. Whoa. My attorney is Mr. Andrew Hamilton. Hooray! He must be 80 years old.
I thought he was dying in Philadelphia.
Drat! Why, Zinger, we've got to stop Hamilton. He's the most gifted orator in the colonies, bar.
Too late, Governor. I'll do my best to shut him up, but I can't stop him from pleading this case. It is charged that John Zinger did at different times print statements in his weekly journal, which attacked the governor of the state.
Read some of those attacks, please.
Well, let's see. Well, here's one. Whosoever shall go about undermining a people's right to trial by jury is an enemy and a traitor to his government. We all know Governor Cosby abolished trial by jury in a case some time ago.
In that case, Governor, I should be proud to have written the same thing. But you must remember, Zinger didn't write this. He only printed what others wrote.
Under the law, the man who prints the story is the one responsible.
I'll admit that I printed the paper. Everyone knows that.
What are you doing in the trash can?
Huh? Oh.
The law of this colony is quite clear. Any attack on the government of this colony, true or not, is considered libelous. The defendant admits printing these attacks. It is obvious he is guilty.
I object, Your Honor.
This is a trial by jury. It's not up to the judge.
Oh, who's saying what? It's hard to find.
This is a trial by jury. It is not up to the judge to decide the case.
Well, very well, Mr. Hamilton. Damn him. Address the jury.
I hope to be pardoned for my zeal on this occasion, but it is an old and wise proverb. When our neighbor's house is on fire, we ought to take care of our own.
Yeah, but what if your house isn't on fire?
No, stupid, pay attention. I live in a government where liberty is understood and enjoyed, but it is every honest man's duty to guard against the abuse of power, so that liberty shall not be suppressed. I am an old, sick man, but I think it is my duty, if required, to go to the uttermost part of the land in defense of liberty. Men who oppress cause the people to cry out in complaint, then make that very complaint the excuse for new oppressions. This case is not the cause of a poor printer, nor of New York alone. No! It is the cause of liberty everywhere.
Bravo.
Tough crowd, huh? I never thought of it that way. You didn't? I was just fighting one man, but now I realize that in fighting Governor Cosby's evil acts, I was actually fighting against corrupt government everywhere, Anna.
Yeah, if you say so.
Delancey, you've got to...
Delancey, you've got to stop that raving maniac. He's swaying the jury.
He's telling them that they're all equal under the law, even equal to a king, and that they have a right to criticize the king's government, and I can't do a thing to stop him.
Is our liberty so sick that printing the truth shall be against the law? Am I prepared to prove every word my client printed is the truth? The question before the court is whether John Peter Zinger has the right to speak and write the truth.
So Hamilton finished and received from the courtroom a perfect tribute. Applause!
The jury will kindly file out.
John, I am proud to defend you. Win or lose, it has been a glorious chance to strike a blow for freedom.
Yeah, but, I was really hoping we'd win,
Either way, it's a victory.
No, I'd rather win.
Order in the court.
Hamilton makes you proud to be a free man. That Zinger had courage. Freedom carries a duty, and he saw it through.
Have you reached a decision? We have, Your Honor.
Oh, John.
Courage, Anna.
I, Thomas Hunt, foreman of this jury, report that we have found the defendant, John Peter Zinger, innocent of all charges.
Not guilty? Why,
Oh, John, you're free.
And because he's free, my dear, all the colonies are free. Free to criticize their government and fight the tyrants who might try to oppress them.
Well, not exactly. They had to fight a war later on, but, they kind of get there. Then, over 200 years later, they just throw it all away. Anyway, Zinger continued to publish until 9 years later he died. Well, just 9 years? Jeez, well. Today, this unsung hero lies in an unmarked grave. He gave America its precious freedom of the press. And remember, all this took place 30 years before the signing of the Declaration of Independence. The end. Well, thanks, Lois Lane. Or whoever. All right, so there you go, your little history lesson. How about that? So what do we got in store for us next week? Well, we've got some prizes. You want some watches? Well, there you go. Let's see. Copy this and send no money. Well, you're good. It's free watches. How about that? Save what? What is this, a safe or something? I don't know. Well, whatever. If you want it, there you go. There's the address. Well, look here. Why? There's nothing to see. Big money making opportunities for money-saving officers, blah, blah, blah. Okay, well, we won't be getting Phantom Lady again, but we'll get the Witch. Yeah, the Silly Sorceress. All right, well, too bad I didn't do this for Thanksgiving. Anyway, or Halloween. Could have done them both in one. How about that? Yeah. Huh. Is this just one page deal? No, okay. All right, well, they're a little sneak peek. So we'll be here with the Silly Sorceress. And to see how silly she is. Next week, Mr. Nailsin Sunday Comic.